Welcome to another episode of the Metal Queens podcast. I'm Steve Richards. This is where we celebrate the fiercest women in rock and metal from around the world. And today's guest is a powerhouse presence in Austria's heavy music scene, bringing both thunder and atmosphere to every performance. She's the voice and the low-end force behind the rising groove and doom metal act My Dark Fate. They have a haunting reimagining of the Rolling Stones classic Paint It Black, which is out now. The band dives deep into cinematic darkness, blending crushing riffs, melodic intensity, and dual vocal dynamics, too, into something that is truly unforgettable. We're joined today by Marina, the vocalist and bassist, and a driving force behind My Dark Fate's evolving sound, and it's her one-year anniversary with the band she joined a year ago, back in 2025. Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast, Marina.
Thank you very much, Steve, for the warm and wonderful welcome. Greetings from Austria, also to all the listeners.
It's great to have you. First of all, how did you get involved with this band?
To be honest, I was contacted because the band was looking for a bass player. And I started out as a bass player, and I ended up in this dual role as a vocalist and a bass player. That's how band life is. It's very dynamic, and if things change, you need to adapt. But it was quite unusual for me. I never did like front. I always loved, as most bass players, to be in the background. But this happened to me, and yes, it's been a year now with My Dark Fate, and I could develop as a singer on the front of the band.
Now, which band were you in before this one?
So I always do many bands. Music is my life. I do a lot of collaborations and projects. But in terms of metal, first I was in an Amon Amarth tribute band on the bass. This is like my start into metal music, and I love doing this. It was a lot of fun.
Was music big in your house growing up?
It was not big when I was growing up, but it's my first memory. I remember as a little girl sitting on the stairs, waiting for the postman to arrive, singing, doing melodies, making little goodbye songs for my parents or my grandparents. And yeah, it's been with me all the time. But also my brother, he's also he's playing electric guitar. But no one carried it that intense as I do. I also have two girls, and they are not that much into music as I am. We're all very different in our family, have very different interests, and it's a big mix. It's kind of nice. It's never boring.
Covering such an iconic song is always a very bold move. What made Paint It Black the right choice for My Dark Fate?
Yes, you are right. The song is very iconic. I have a lot of respect for that song. But it was very interesting to try to take the song into a darker, deeper metal version. And if you listen to the lyrics, they are very dark and very sad. The pace, it kind of, in the original song, it was too fast for me. So it kind of invited us to slow down the pace and to get the lyrics also in line with the pace. Challenging was that the song doesn't have a real chorus. And our approach was to have an epic finish also with opera elements and give the song the blow up in the end. And yes, because iconic masterpiece, it's difficult, and you just don't want to do copy paste or make it worse. That's right. The worst thing. If you hear covers and you think, well, the world didn't need it. But we are quite happy with the outcome of this song, and also thanks to everyone who streamed this song. We are overwhelmed with the comments we get, and people are really listening to this song, and that's also, it touches your heart. If you make music, of course you do it mainly for yourself, but if you make music and other people also like the songs and enjoy them and tell you about their memories. So it's great.
We touched on this earlier, Marina. You handle both vocals and bass. How do those two roles influence each other creatively?
That is a very interesting question. Um, yes. So sometimes I believe with singing, I'm on the high end, and with the bass, I'm on the low
Right.
end. And if I play the bass, um, it's always important to have the right rhythm in music when I do the lyrics. And I'm still working on it, to be honest. I'm not there where I want to be. And I also took over songs which I did not write the lyrics or the melodies for. And so I'm working my way, what is my personal uh, walk with the bass and the lyrics. But of course, it's a collaboration. I can emphasize, I can do ways up with the bass and ways down with the vocal line. So the interaction is quite interesting, and I'm discovering it.
What's more challenging for you in a live performance, delivering the vocal performance or locking in the groove on bass?
Uh, to have the dual role, I really love it. Being on stage with the bass, it's a protection. I feel as a musician with the bass. It's awesome. To have the groove and to shred, it's just the best thing.
Mm.
And on the other hand, it is that I am on the vocals and on the mic, it is limiting my performance a little bit. So I love both. And I'm quite happy that I have also Stefan. We have a dual vocal approach in My Dark Fate. He's doing the growls. So when he takes over the growls, I can just focus on being just the sole bass player. And when I'm on the microphone, of course, I have the hands on the bass. It's, yes, but also each and every performance, I learn something else. And the connection to the audience, it's easier for me if I just do one thing, if I only do the vocals or the bass. But with both, sometimes I feel I want to have like two more arms. It sometimes can be limiting feeling.
This band had a full reboot last year. How would you describe, you just celebrated your 1 year anniversary, as we mentioned earlier. How would you describe the chemistry in this current lineup?
Mhm. First thing, we size down from 5 to 4 members. So it's a lot easier doing the rehearsals, finding tour dates, finding like for all the appointments we have and the things we want to do. And it is based on respect, our work, our chemistry. We are also friends because we're not full-time musicians. We can really choose with whom we spend our days and nights. And I just can say I'm very, very happy with my bandmates, Andy, Christian, and Stefan. Uh, Everything is talked through, everything is decided by the four of us. And yes, in case there are some different opinions, we just all talk it out. This is our way of moving, and we got a lot done this year. We had 3 singles. We were just shooting 2 videos. We have upcoming also a video shooting for the third song, and we are at the same time working on new songs. And it's just, if you have a good relationship to your bandmates, if it's possible, this helps a lot because it's just pure joy.
So you have more singles coming, as you mentioned, and
Yes,
videos
I did a
too.
little spoiling. Sorry, Andy. Maybe you didn't want me to tell this, but yes, we are working.
No.
And 1 to 2 singles, I believe we can do it in 2026.
And how
To deliver.
about an EP or an album?
Hmm. Well, the thing is, the last album of My Dark Fate, it came out with the former crew in 2023. Our approach now is to do singles. Um, to It's just nice if you have a fan base and you can deliver some pieces and the people are waiting for it. So we kind of like that approach. And because we started a year ago, we don't want like 3 to 4 years to pass to deliver. So at the moment, no EP is planned, and maybe we just do an after LP with everything we've released so far. But for the moment, we just enjoy in working, and getting the songs out and not holding back.
Yeah, a lot of bands are doing that, just releasing singles for a while or indefinitely until they release an EP or an album. Austria has a rich but sometimes underrated metal scene. What is it like being part of it, and what is it like right now there?
Yes. At the moment, the holdup or the challenges are that many venues struggle financially.
Mm.
And there are so many bands that want to go on stage, but it's very, very difficult for them, for everyone. So we try to interconnect, we try to support each other. This is just the metal heart and feeling anyways, right? But yes, we also see a lot of young people at our venues, and when we have concerts. So there is hope for the future. And I love doing shows where there are 3, 4 bands to interconnect. And it's not easy, it's tough, but we metal guys, we are tough, and
And
we're there.
you mentioned,
Austria's
yeah, you mentioned shows, Marina. You just performed some shows recently. What's the plan
there. Yes.
for the rest of the year for My Dark Fate?
Yeah, so the plan is at the moment work, work, work. We had shows in January, February, and March. And then end of March, some video shootings. We have a show planned at the end of September. And also for 2027, we have some plans. But at the moment, for the summer, we have tried to keep the schedule free to do video work and also the upcoming singles. And just making up. A lot of has happened in the year, but still there's a lot to do.
So a lot more new music coming from My Dark Fate. What advice, Marina, would you give to women watching this and listening to this, stepping into roles like yours in the metal scene?
What a nice question. Do you want me to answer in 2 minutes or in 2 hours? um, well, it is very important that you move. So sometimes women think I need to be perfect before I do this, or before I go on stage, or before I deliver my lyrics. But I have discovered that men easier say, well, I'm confident enough to just try this out. So try hard, give your best, but also step a little beyond the confidence you have. Take one step more. You can do sometimes more than you self-expect.
She is Marina from My Dark Fate. Their website is mydarkfate.com. Check them out on Bandcamp as well. They are from Austria. They've got more new music coming this year. And follow them on social, too, for any upcoming tour dates, too. And check out this new single, the cover of Paint It Black. It's awesome on all platforms. Marina from My Dark Fate, thank you so much for joining me here on the Metal Queens podcast.
Thank you also so much. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Metal Queens podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Steve Richards. I will talk to you again next time.